get to the money. Gotta get to the money. Early morning, so you know that I'm on it. So you know that I'm on it. Gotta make sure that my family straight. Gotta make sure that the kids and me. Gotta make sure that the bills is paid. And then let's get to the money. Get to the money. Early morning, so you know that I'm on it. And gotta make sure that my family straight. Gotta make sure that the kids and they. Gotta make sure that the bills is paid. And then let's get to the money. Get to the money.
Welcome to another episode of Drinking After Dark, a podcast where we discuss random topics while having a few drinks. I'm your host, Darius, and as always, drink responsibly. And y'all make sure y'all follow Drinking After Dark podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe to Drinking After Dark podcast YouTube channel. Tonight, he's back again, another very special guest. Y'all seen him before. Really good friend of mine. And today's episode is all about fathers. So this is a very special Father's Day. So he is a father just like me. Welcome back to the podcast. Sherman Green, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Darius?
I'm all right, man. How you been?
Hey, man, I can't complain.
Hey, I hear you, man. Are you happy the NBA Finals is now over? We can get on past the finals and,
I put it like this: I'm ready to see the NBA draft. I can tell you that.
On Thursday, yep.
I'm ready to see the NBA draft. The NBA Finals, I already knew what was gonna happen. I mean, everybody knew Denver was gonna win. It's just, come on, man.
Do you think this draft class that's coming in, you think that's gonna be one of the best we've seen in the last few years, or is it we just don't know how this?
So I would say it'd probably be one of the best we've seen in a few years. The simple fact because we have a couple overseas players that I've been seeing on Ballers for Life or whatever, and they got a couple of nice people from overseas that can actually play. So I mean, and then you got the college people. So I mean, I think that it'd be a good I think it'd be a good draft.
Okay. Yeah, it's well, let me ask you before I go any further. Do you think the overseas players now are becoming basically are running the league now? Because you got Jokic, you got Giannis, you have Luka. Now you getting Victor is coming in from France, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So
right.
Do you think now these overseas players are coming in and just you're gonna see the dominance of more of international players more so than American players? And I didn't even mention Embiid either.
So when you say that, I look at it like this, and this is my personal opinion. I don't think so because the simple fact of it is that they're not going to try to have too many overseas players in the actual league. My personal opinion. Politics. You know what I'm saying? It's predominantly already dominantly blacks. You know what I'm saying? So to have, overseas players, yeah, but then also you got to think too, we talking about the NBA draft, overseas players, and you still got the G League. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, the best of the best.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens moving forward because, I mean, like you said, you seeing a lot of these kids from overseas or, I'm not going to say overseas. I'm going to say international because Jamal Murray is from Canada. So we forget about that. He's from Canada. Andrew Wiggins is from Canada. What is it? OKC.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, he's from Canada.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of players who are international players, and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, the league is pretty much, in my personal opinion, outside of you take LeBron out of it, you take Steph out of it. Who else? Like a Kyrie. I can't really think of anybody like superstar American players.
Kawhi.
You take. Is he really a superstar now?
I mean, he ain't. But then you got Devin Booker.
Yep, Devin.
You got Dame Leonard.
Kevin Durant, Dame Lillard. Yeah.
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 You know what I'm
So
saying?
it's
You
quite.
got what's that boy? For LA. Shoot.
Which one? Anthony Davis.
Yeah, Anthony Davis. You know what I'm saying? So then you gotta think you got the Clippers, you still got Paul George, you can still do a little something. You got Utah, you got Cleveland with Mitchell, what's that boy that played for dang, top of my head, New York,
Randall.
yeah, Randall, Randall, and
Brunson.
the other guy, Brunson, and then
well,
he played for Kentucky.
For New York,
RJ Barrett.
RJ went to Duke. That's what I was about to say.
Went to Duke? Oh yeah,
yeah.
Duke. Then you
RJ Barrett,
De'Aaron Fox too.
But RJ Barrett is also international as well.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
De'Aaron Fox. Yeah, he's gonna be a superstar. I'm gonna say it right now. He's gonna be up there. He's gonna be one of the top. I would say one of the top 3 point guards in the league. In a point guard heavy league. De'Aaron Fox is up there. He's gonna. I right now I'll put him tier 1 with the Steph, the Lillard. Who else is a tier 1 point guard in the league? Luka.
Well, see, the only thing I don't like about Luka don't play no D, bro.
Well, yeah, that we know that.
Luka don't play no D, bro.
That's well documented.
Luka does not play no D, bro. Luka give you 81, but give up 95. You sure what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
That's true. Before we go any further, man, I just want to let y'all know tonight's episode is sponsored by Joe Shakinab and Shakinab.com. So y'all go visit Shakinab.com for services, monthly updates, and contact information. So once again, visit Shakinab.com, promoting leadership and scholarship. Sherman, I know you're drinking on water tonight. Me, I'm just drinking on a Royal Hard Orange Cream Soda. I'm only having.
I always got this. I'm just.
Oh, the caramel.
I'm just not indulging tonight. It's in my.
You know what? I'm gonna get the caramel one time. I'm gonna go try the caramel. I've never tried the caramel.
Dr. Pepper, bro. Caramel and that Dr. Pepper. I'm trying to tell you, that's where it's at.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try that next time. Once I'm done with my I just put my vanilla up. My Crown Vanilla. I just put that up. But once I get done with that, I'll go get the caramel, and I might just get both at the same time so I can have it. So now I pretty much would be good for the rest of the year.
Right.
Because I don't get down like that. I'm not that type of guy. But tonight's like I said, once again, tonight's episode, we're celebrating fathers and everything for Father's Day. So I know a lot of times, us fathers, we don't get as much love in society terms and what we do and everything like that. So we pretty much want to celebrate the fathers on this particular episode. So the first question I'm gonna ask you, Sherman, man, the very first time that you found out that you was going to be a father, what was going through your mind? How did you feel? Tell me about that.
Well, when I found out, my wife was pregnant. It was a game changer. It was like, hey, you about to be a father, and you know what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? I was already doing the right thing, but it was just, you got somebody looking up to you. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta take the extra precaution in what you do and how you carry yourself, and you know what I'm saying? And leave that legacy for them. You know what I mean? That's really what it's all about. You passing the torch on.
Yeah, I remember when my wife first found out she was pregnant. Actually, it was like so much going on in that 1 month because I just graduated from college. So I just graduated from college, and 2 weeks later, found out, she was my fiance at the time. She's pregnant, right? And at first you're not sure. You take the test, you take like 2, 3 of them. Found out you're pregnant, but then you gotta go to the doctor. They really confirm that, hey, yeah, you're pregnant and stuff like that. And you know, at first I didn't know how to react to it because that's like when you first hear it for the first time, you kind of like zoned out a little bit. But then I came back to reality. And I was excited. I was excited. Of course, as time goes on, you're going like, all right, I'm kind of wondering what I'm going to have because my brother has at this time my brother already had his son and stuff, and it's like, am I going to be the one to end up with the daughter? And it's true enough, I'm the one that ended up with the daughter, which in a way I wasn't shocked because I had that strange feeling I'm going to be the one with the daughter, and my daughter takes my attitude with her mama's smarts. So, she's the best of both of us in a sense. So I mean, when I found out for the first time, just graduating college and all that stuff, I was like, well, I'm about to have a child. So,
Gotcha.
but I was excited though. I was excited when when I heard about it. And when all right, let me ask you this. When you throughout the pregnancy, right? You know you're about to have a child. And when did you find out you was going to have a son? At the baby shower when y'all did
At
like
the
a
baby
reveal?
shower. Yeah. At the baby
Okay.
shower.
So y'all did the whole reveal thing at the baby shower?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, she knew, her mom knew, my brother-in-law's wife, Aaliyah, knew. I didn't know.
So it was basically a surprise for you.
Yeah.
How'd they do it?
They went to what's called Peekaboo or something like that. Peekaboo. And then so basically she went to Peekaboo, they found out the gender of the baby, and then she brought me an elephant that had this heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? So once we did the gender reveal. I had the basketball, I dunked it, it was blue, and then that's how I found out he was a boy.
Oh, okay. See, we didn't do all of that. I was at the doctor's office when we found out we was having a girl. So yeah, so that's how I found out. So it really wasn't no surprise at all. I always thought gender reveals at times could go a little over the top. You know what I mean? Like I know you've seen like a lot of those clips on YouTube where they just, was it the smoke, the blue or pink smoke,
right,
or like the dunking the basketball thing. I always thought that was cool. Anything that deal with sports, I always thought it was cool because, of course, I'm a sports guy, so of course I'm gonna relate to it. But then sometimes, some of these baby showers can get a little out of hand.
Yeah, and they cost a lot of money too.
Yeah, it costs a lot of money, and not only to put it together, but some of those damages cost way more money.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just think to myself, man, why not just keep it simple? Why y'all going all out? I mean, I get it. You put it on video so you can put it on social media, go viral and all that stuff. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, that's not for me. Just do like the like for my sister-in-law with her first child, they did the the balloons coming out of the box, you
Yeah.
know, and all of that. So it was that's simple to me.
Mm.
I'm not putting all that money in no damn baby shower and gender reveal party. I'm not doing all of that. Just bring the cake and ice cream and gifts and play the music and let's have fun.
Hey man, honestly, I would say our baby shower, the only thing we really paid for was the room. Um, as far as like food, co-workers brought the food. Our brothers and them grilled and stuff like that. Got plenty of presents. A lot of my co-workers came, family, friends. So it was a big turnout, you know what I mean? And then came back to the house and then we finished unwrapping all the gifts and, you know, partied the rest of the night.
Yeah, that sounds exactly kind of how me and my wife's baby shower was. We just paid for the space and family brought in food and stuff. We had the music playing and it was just a nice chill time. It wasn't over the top, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But I guess I don't know, maybe because people want to try to outdo somebody else's baby shower, they don't know who they are. So they
Mm-hmm.
just especially when it's their first child, I could probably understand that it was your first child.
Mm-hmm.
But some point, I mean, come on now. We ain't gotta do if you're gonna have a barbecue, have a barbecue, have the
Right,
cake, ice cream.
right.
Play little games and stuff like that. But sometimes I'll be looking at this stuff. It's almost like how I look at weddings now, in a
Mm-hmm.
sense. Look at weddings and now the like the prom, right? These kids, how
Mm-hmm.
they go to prom and how they just go all out. They got the red carpet coming out the garage and all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, back my generation, we was a lot more simple then, but it was still great because we was all about having a great time. We didn't care about colors and decorations and all of that stuff. Man, y'all, if y'all don't come over here, have a good time and eat this food.
Right. But then also too, we wasn't on social media like that neither. So, it's that's the platform, you know what I'm saying? So that's what people are doing, and people faking it till they make it. And I hate to say that, but people going all out to impress people and they really ain't got it. You know what I mean? So that's just social media now, man. You know that.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't know. I was thinking about those. I was talking about the prom. I was thinking about people on YouTube doing these reactions to these prom dresses and
Mm-hmm.
um outfits and everything like that. It just popped into my mind. That's why I was laughing, y'all. I was thinking about that because some of these stuff are just not
Out
cool.
of
And some
control.
out
Yeah,
of
it's too
and
much.
some of those dresses, it was like, are they first off, is the mama really gonna allow her daughter to wear that? Like, are we serious now?
Hey, man, it's a new generation. You know that. You know,
Hey,
kids is man.
hey, these young dudes out here though, I ain't gonna lie, they coming correct with these suits they got on, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'm proud of them.
Yeah,
Not
I see a lot of people with customized suits. I'm not gonna lie to you.
yeah.
Customized suits and these old school cars and some you renting the Bentleys and stuff. I mean, they got it. Hey, I mean, but shoot, when I was high school, bro, you was lucky if you get to drive your mama car. You was happy, you know what I'm saying? Like
Lucky to
now
find
it's
a
what?
lucky to find a tux, in that
Right.
in the time frame that you needed. Because we wasn't buying no tuxes, we were renting them
No,
tuxes.
no,
You pay
no.
like 100, think was it like 150
120,
bucks
120, 150, something like that. Yeah.
with the shoes included? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how it was. It was simple, but it was nice. We didn't try to go all out, nothing like that. So that's I think, and what the crazy thing is, when our kids grow up and it's their time to go to prom, you start thinking about like, man, if this is the trend now, what is it going to be when it's their turn to go to prom? Or when it's their turn, they have the baby shower, or it's their turn to get married. Like, how is it going to be?
Man, Honestly, I ain't never thought about that. To be honest with you, I haven't thought that far. You know what I'm saying? I've, thought about if he get married and all other stuff, but it's yeah, high school and so with me, I feel like by the time my son gets in high school, I don't think they'll be going to school full time. I think it'll be
So
like a hybrid schedule. They may go 3 days, 3 days 1 week, 2 days. You know what I'm saying? Be just
okay.
with everything going on. And the reason why I say that because all these school shootings and all this extra stuff, man, I just don't see it.
Do you also think they're gonna do like you said, kind of like a hybrid thing? Will be like 3 days in person, like 2 days online?
Yeah.
Because probably with certain cities, they're gonna start really growing and stuff, and they can't really hold as many students. So they
Mm-hmm.
say, okay, these are the days you're gonna be in school, and these are the days you're gonna do online from home. Or I don't know how it is at where you at, but
Mm-hmm.
back here, they have the option to still do virtual school. So you know,
I don't honestly I don't know because he's still in daycare, but I will say with the high school kids they have that option. The only reason I know that because I coach JV basketball. That's the only reason I know. But they have that option still. But I don't, I don't know, man. And then honestly, then you gotta look. There's not as many teachers as it was either. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing.
yeah, they're leaving the profession like
Right.
in bunches. Now they're I know we're getting a little off topic, but they're actually I think these states or these school districts are now starting to hold these teachers to their contracts. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, if they want to leave before their contract is up, they basically said, "Well, we're going to pull your teacher's license." But it's like they want to leave, so is that really going to hurt them if they trying to go do something else because they don't want to be in the profession anymore?
Man, the reason. So this is why I think a lot of just my personal opinion, and I could be wrong, but I think a lot of teachers are leaving the profession because these kids are very disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Like that girl that hit that substitute teacher that was on YouTube, and that substitute teacher slammed her on the ground. Like, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, she's still human. You know what I'm saying? You're not. That's just like somebody walking up to you and slapping you. You're a stranger. It's not about to happen. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna fight. It's just what it is. It's natural instinct as a human. But these kids think that they can talk to you how they talk to their friends. And they gotta feel realize, seniority. I am an adult, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to teach you about life lessons, but the way you're going, trying to be, all that in a bag of chips, you know what I'm saying? Trying to display your emotions, or you may be going through something mentally, but taking out on a teacher can ruin your whole entire life. Because you get locked up, you got a record, and depending on how old you are, that's a felony, assault, bro. That's just come on, man. Anybody gonna hire you with that?
Yeah, they teachers are leaving. A lot of people think it's just to pay, but once again, you said they don't feel safe at school. They don't really feel safe, and you got these students out here who are fighting with teachers, talking back with teachers. Man, it's too much for a teacher in that profession to deal with, because it's almost like, yeah, we're probably talking about like more on a high school level,
Mm-hmm.
and because on the elementary school level, you got a lot of teachers, they love it. They love the kids. Of course, you get to have a lot more fun on that level as a teacher in terms of teaching and different ways of teaching. But in terms of the teenagers, high school, you always see the videos go viral of teachers fighting students, students fighting teachers, so forth and so forth. And it's like, yeah, why put up with that? And you're not
I
getting paid,
mean,
not getting paid like that either. So why I'm gonna put up with something like that where I could just go do something else and have more peace?
right. But I mean, to be honest with you, it's all ages, man. Because it was a 6-year-old that brought a gun to elementary school up here in Newport News and shot the teacher in the stomach. Almost.
Yeah, that was national news. I heard about that.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I mean that's 2 hours from where I stay. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, come on now.
Did they ever charge? They charged the parents, right?
Charge the mother. The mother was a felon. She wasn't supposed to have a gun. So, yeah, she got charged, but at the same time, bro, you telling me a 6-year-old has a 380? Come on now.
To get access to it, that's where it's like that's the scary part because you're supposed to have that thing in a place where they don't really know about it. But the fact that the 6-year-old has easy access to something like that and brought it to, yeah, that's really scary. It's happening all over, man. So I agree with you. I think eventually everything's gonna be hybrid, with the number of kids, coming up into the school system and the teachers, they're leaving. So it's a lot of different factors. So they gotta figure out a way to make all this happen. But all right, so let's get to it. The day that you became a father, your child is born. What was that experience like? Being in the hospital, you're about to witness the birth of your child. Tell me about that. How did you feel about that?
Honestly, I just prayed for a safe delivery, you know what I mean, and a healthy baby boy. You understand what I'm saying? And it was a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody can have kids, so it was a blessing. And he's my miracle baby. You know what I'm saying? He's a true blessing. He's a spitting image of me. He has my attitude. His mama smarts. You know what I mean? But it was a life changing. You know what I'm saying? To actually see a life being born. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like a once in a lifetime experience, for some people, and some people have multiple, but it's just like to see it in person, man, was like, oh, you know what I mean? Like you hear about it and would actually see, your own, flesh and blood be born. That's an amazing feeling.
She had a natural birth?
No, C-section.
Okay. Yeah, my wife, she had a C-section as well. So how long was she in labor for?
She didn't go in labor. They scheduled C-section.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my wife, she was in labor for like 6 hours. Like my daughter was born on her due date. I got a phone call. This one, me and we were still living separate. And I got a phone call. I dropped her off at home, like a little after midnight. I came back home. I called her, let her know I'm back and everything like that. I went to sleep, and literally at about 5 o'clock, she called me talking about, babe, my water broke. So I hopped up, and this is like in January, so it was freezing. Below zero. Yeah, it was below. I ain't let my car heat up or nothing. I just got in my car, try to get to her as soon as possible, get to the hospital. But, her mom beat me to her. So when I was literally like 2 minutes away from the house. So I got that call to turn back around, go to the hospital, beat them to the hospital. So now I'm sitting there waiting, like, all right, where's she at? Where's she at? And at 11:02 a.m., they did a C-section and everything. And my daughter was born. And for me, it was more like I'm more curious to see what my daughter looks like. That's what it was like to me, because we already know what you're going to have, but now you kind of curious what this baby going to look like. And my daughter had a head full of hair.
Right, my son too.
A head full of hair. And when I first heard her cry for the first time, I'm like, it's official. I'm a father and everything. Right. And it was a surreal moment. It was a surreal moment and everything like that. And I think from that day forward, it was just like I was always around my daughter every single day, still to this day, still around my daughter. So, but I would tell you this: the older they get, the more of an attitude they got. They feel like they become a little bit bolder. Yeah. At time, and it's like, hey, calm down.
Mm-hmm.
Very calm. You ain't gonna get. And today's kids, you could like you don't threaten them with a whooping. You just threaten to take something away. Now they want to act right, or you're not gonna do this for them. So, but it's just when they get older, like
Right.
closer to teenage years and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you really gotta start paying attention to what they're doing because you start thinking about what you was doing as a teenager.
Yeah.
You start thinking about that, and it's like, man, I'm gonna have to keep a close eye on you.
Yeah, especially with social media. Yeah, you're gonna have to. Yeah, definitely. Because back in the day when we was growing up, you really didn't have all that. You could sneak out the house and everything else, but now, you got FaceTime, you can track them. It's certain, outlets you can do, cameras, all that stuff. But it's just, I mean, if kids want to do it, they're gonna do it, man. Regardless, the only thing you can do is try to prepare them for the real world, and hopefully they be leaders and not followers. Yeah, man, because it's changing. Every day it's changing. I mean, you really gotta teach them as best as you can. You know what I mean? We're a little more old school because the way we were brought up, but you still gotta adapt. You know what I'm saying? I got a brother, he 15, so I mean, and he telling me stuff about in high school and how things are, and I'm like, man, I've been out of school 15 years, so what that tell you?
Yeah, a lot has changed since then.
Right.
A lot has changed since then, but that's just how the world works. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we always continually to evolve, and things come and go. Of course, technology pretty much is taking over the world today, and
Right.
but doesn't mean they still won't experience the same things that you've experienced. I think that's the
Right.
one thing people forget. Just because the world is changing and there's things that's here now that wasn't here, in the last generation, don't mean they still won't face. Actually, it might be a little bit worse because, like you said, we didn't have the camera. Well, we didn't have social media, but we didn't have like the camera phones like that.
Mm-hmm.
Where you could post something and then you just post it on whatever
Right.
platform there
Right.
was, and it will stay with you forever and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
No, it wasn't that. So now you got to be more careful.
Right.
Especially as a kid, because everybody's so quick to get their phones and
Mm-hmm.
everything, and it's like, hey, luckily we didn't have to do that. Luckily we didn't have to go through that.
Yeah,
Because
and
we
then also you gotta think too. They quick pull out these phones, but then kids are scared to get beat up or be bullied or whatever. So what are they doing? They come to school and shooting people, and you know what I mean. It's just it's one of them. When we was in school, the Columbine shooting. And
yeah,
I
I
think
remember that
now this seems to be
a normal.
more popular with shootings all across America. I think they said this year alone has been the most school shootings in U.S. history. This year alone. So come on,
That's
man,
crazy.
and we just halfway through. You know what I'm saying? 2023.
That's crazy. That's real crazy. I mean, now they want to make parents accountable for their kids' actions. So kids do it. Not only would they get charged, but now the parents will get charged as well.
Mm-hmm.
So they taking those measures to. But again, like you said, if they want to do it, they're going to do it, and that's the
Mm-hmm.
scary part about it. Definitely scary part about it. So let's go and get into this real quick.
All right.
Because there's a couple of things I want to talk about. First off, uh, with the theme of Father's Day, right?
Yes, sir.
The one thing, like me and a couple of my boys we talked about is the actual day, like Father's Day gifts, the Father's Day dinner, things of that nature. Like we don't go to a sit down restaurant and nothing like that. More than likely, we're grilling out and stuff like that. And then when you see the Father's Day commercials, you you get the same old, right? Which basically benefits the whole family, whether it's a grill, whether it's a lawnmower, some tools. So ain't nothing about us that's strictly for us. It's like a gift that benefits everybody else and all of that. More so like on Mother's Day, you know, they get the flowers, they get the jewelry. You know, they might get some excuse me, something like to make drinks, stuff like that. They might get stuff like that. But you know, with us, you know, it's kind of like the same old. What how can I put, what was like one of those gifts you got, you kind of wish like, man, y'all could have kept this gift if y'all was gonna really give this to me, like for Father's Day? Like what was like your best gift? What was your worst gift? In terms of dinner, like what was like
to be honest with you, I haven't had no bad gifts. Pretty much anything that I want, I pretty much get. So that's kind of a, you know, I'm just a blessing to be a father, just to see another Father's Day. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really too picky on what I get. You know what I'm saying? If it's just a card with my son's signature and my wife's signature, that's fine for me. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, as men, we providers, you know what I'm saying? So we don't really look for nothing. And if we do want something, 9 times out of 10, if you can afford it, you're gonna go get it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know it's the holiday and all that other stuff, and a lot of fathers feel like they're not appreciated, but you know, we are appreciated. You know, your family loves you, your son, your daughter, you know, your wife, they love you, you know what I'm saying? But it's just it's an underrated holiday, man. It really is.
Was it the comedian Ali Sadiq basically saying Father's Day is like the worst holiday out there and everything like that? I'm like you. Here's the thing. I pretty much, if I ain't got to pay for it, I'm gonna take it. Like with like a bottle of Crown. Thank you. I should keep that money in my pocket. You got me this. I'm appreciative. Thank you.
Right.
And it, you know, I get stuff like that. Of course, you know, cards and everything. You know, I would say this. This is my message to the stores out there. I'm tired of, like me, I told my wife, I don't want no mug that says world's greatest dad or number one dad and all of that. One, I'm not going to drink it. I'm not going to drink out the mug because that's not me. But two, if you're going to give me something like that, give me a shot glass. And that's what I would say. Give me a shot glass, you know, because I seen them online. It's like, oh, I like this. Or the whiskey glasses.
Yeah.
Get the whiskey with that stuff on it. Oh man. I would, if y'all gonna be a fan of mine, y'all know it's Father's Day, you know, next year y'all want to shower me with gifts, y'all can shower me with that stuff. Right? Y'all can do that. Or some Pittsburgh Steelers gear, because I'm a Steelers fan, as y'all know. So y'all could do that as well. But I would say this: when it comes to the when it comes to the food, hey, shoot, I like some good ribs. You know, I don't know what it is. I mean, probably because summertime. Synonymous with barbecuing and all that stuff. Right. So it's like, man, if y'all could get some ribs out here, I'll be happy with that. I mean, don't get me wrong. You got some man who wants a like a fancy restaurant. Man, listen, if y'all put some barbecue out there, I'm good. I'm good with the barbecue sauce.
Give me some barbecue. Give me some crabs. Crab legs. And, you know what I'm saying? Play some cards or something. Drink a little bit. Listen to some good music. I'm fine. I mean, it don't take a lot for me. You know what I'm saying? It don't take a lot for me. my thing of it is Father's Day, seeing my son smile, you know what I'm saying, and enjoying the moments while he's little. You get what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? Because like you said, your daughter's getting close to being, a young lady, and as they get older, they start to separate and start to become their own person. You know what I mean? And those days when you get to used to be able to read nighttime stories and all that, now they want their door closed and they on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Things are gonna change. So
Hell
I
no,
cherish the moments.
you gonna
Huh?
keep that damn door open. That's what you're gonna do in my house. You ain't closing no damn door.
I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I really cherish the moments. While they're young. You know what I'm saying? Where you can really spend time with them when they're not easily influenced or have outside influences. You know what I mean? Once they get a certain age, they got their best friends, and you know how that go, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's well, you want them to be out with their friends and everything like that.
Right.
You know, just don't forget about daddy. That's the only thing I'm saying. Because I already know you ain't gonna forget about me when it comes to certain things like daddy, I need some money.
Yeah.
That's how they see us when they get older. Daddy, I need some money. I'm going out with my friends. Who said you was going? You didn't ask me. Who told you to go? You asked your mama? You didn't ask me.
Man, listen.
Who pay, who
My,
gonna be
my
paying for
son,
that?
my son know. He asked me first, then he'll go to his mama. But I gotta ask his mom because he's smart. He'll play both of us. He'd be like, "Yeah, Daddy said I could have some candy," and I'm like, "No, I didn't." He goes, "Yeah, he did." You know what I'm saying? So he at that age. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta like, nah, I said you couldn't have none. You know what I mean?
And they don't even realize kids are really that smart at their age because they pay attention. They know what they can get away with. They know what
Mm-hmm.
they can do. So I don't for y'all parents out there who are expecting parents around that 2-3 year old range. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
they know what they're doing. They know what they could do with one parent and what they could do with another parent.
Right.
So just be prepared for that because it happened to me too. So you going through it right now. Matter of fact, it still
Mm-hmm.
happens to me right, and it ain't gonna stop. Once they figure
Nope.
once they figure
Nope.
that out, that's pretty much how it's gonna be.
Right.
So that's and that's the thing about being because now at that point you start catching on what your kids doing, and then you're
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, I got something for you. You think I'm lying? Look, got you on, got you right here. Say it again.
Mm-hmm.
Got you right here. So you better not be
Right.
lying to me, or you better
Yeah.
not be
I
lying to
mean,
your
but then
mama.
you got look. You got a daughter, boy. She got your pockets in your heart. It's over with for you.
Sure, she ain't got my pockets yet.
Shit. Okay, you think so?
She ain't got my.
Trust me.
Here's
Had
here's
the
the thing.
pockets.
Here's the funny thing. My daughter don't even ask for money. Like
Mm,
it's my daughter's like me. She's very simple,
mm,
which I love so much. Cause
mm.
she's not really like uh like some of these daughters, they just want everything. No,
Right.
my daughter's be like, I just want something sweet. I want a
Mm.
pretzel. I'm like, you know what? I want a pretzel too.
Nah, not my son. That fool want chicken nuggets and French fries, man. That's chicken nugget, French fry, and chocolate milk. That's you get that to him, he good.
Get it from Walmart and you just cook it for him, or you get one of those kids
Man,
meals.
man, listen. If he see McDonald's, McDonald's.
Yeah, at
That,
that age they see it. Yep.
that type. You know what I'm saying? And if he don't get it, he start acting up. I'm like, bro, chill. We got food at the house.
Yep. You always gotta remind them, like, don't you still got your food from yesterday? You eat that at the house. We ain't
Yeah.
going nowhere to get you some more food and you got this food at the house.
I mean,
No,
the grandparents don't make it no better because they spoil the hell out of the grandkids.
they did that to us, so it's kind of expected.
Yeah, man. But I be like, I told my mom she was up here. I said, dang. I said, well, I used to want to go to the store and stuff. You used to tell me no. Now he said he want to go to the store. Okay, let's go get in the truck. Let's go. Like, what? So,
That's how they do. Cause see, they know they could give them back. They ain't got to keep them, so they could do
that's
what they
true.
want to do. they could give it back to you, let you deal with all of that other
Right.
stuff. You know, with us, it's kind of like, why did you give my child some candy? Now I got to deal with all the extraness right now because you done gave my child some candy.
Right.
I ain't, but that's what grandparents do. You know, they spoil their grandchildren, and which is kind of weird because they don't spoil their own kids, but they'll spoil their grandchildren.
Yeah.
Maybe because they see us every day, so they're like, I mean, I spoil y'all when I decide to. When
But then
grandkids,
also too, when we was growing up, you know, times was different too. You know what I mean? So
yeah, definitely different. So if you had to have like one wish, right? Like if there was like one gift, whether it could be like this coming up Father's Day or future Father's Days, if there's one gift that you can get, right? Whether it's like a vacation, like going somewhere for a vacation, or something that you pretty much had your eyes set on, what would that be? Like, what would be like that one gift outside of the cards, you know, all of that? What would be like that one gift if your wife said you could have anything in the world for Father's Day? What would that be?
I would love to go back to Hawaii. I would love to go back to Hawaii and see how it is.
That's actually funny because I told my wife that's the first place I want to go to is Hawaii.
Yeah, I used to live there. I don't know why. So I would love to go back and see how things have changed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, I know it's expensive, but that's something I would say I would love to do.
Okay. I think I would. For me, dang. See, this what sucks about Father's Day. It's in that time frame where pretty much there's no basketball, there's no football.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like what else? You could definitely travel.
Yeah. Summertime.
Summertime. You know what? I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna pick something different. Cause like the Hawaii thing, of course, that'll be for us, right? Just you, your wife, cool. But if I figure, all right, my daughter's out of school, summertime, I think I would probably go to like Disneyland or Disney World. I've never been.
I have. Yeah. I would take him. You know what I'm saying? I would do that. You know what I'm saying? That'd be a good Father's Day gift. I mean, it's expensive, the same as Hawaii. So I mean, regardless how you look at it, because of the time frame of when Father's Day is, summer months. So everything in the summer is more expensive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I would definitely, I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you. If I ever had a chance to go to like, let's just say we move Father's Day from June to like September, right? And my wife gave me 2 tickets to the Pittsburgh Steelers game in Pittsburgh. Oh, man, let me tell you something. That fans out there, listen, again, I'm a Steelers fan. You know, whatever merchandise, please send it my way. You know, if y'all got them terrible towels, send them my way too. Whiskey glasses, cups, you know, t-shirts, shorts,
Lord, here we
sweats. Send them my way. All right. Steelers all day. That y'all, my wife knows. She knows I'm Steelers all day.
Well, I'm Dallas always, so you already know.
Man,
I'm Dallas all the way.
Y'all be killing me, man.
All the way.
Y'all be killing me, man. Y'all just the worst fan base. Y'all worse than.
Hey, listen. Hey, listen. We ain't the worst, trust me. It's worse. You forgot where I stay at. I stay in the DMV, brother.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. You got Pittsburgh up here. You got Philly up here. You got the Commanders up here. Yeah. It's a rivalry up here. And you got Baltimore.
That's true. Oh man, that is the biggest rival up there.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Yep. That division. Whew. And that's the time I look forward to the most. That game. Because I already know. I don't know why he hit me up. But yeah, so I just got a message out of my boy James. Yeah, he just hit me up. That's why I was looking at my phone, like, so he just hit me up. But yeah, it was that's what I want. Those two things, right? So if I'd say, man, I'll go to Disneyland, Disney World, whatever, but then if we could like move Father's Day back to like September, beginning of football season, oh yeah, I wouldn't mind traveling to go to Pittsburgh and see a game instead of them coming to Nashville and all that. Because when they come to Nashville, like half the stadium is Steelers fans. So that's just how it is, in Tennessee. You got Steelers, Cowboys, Eagles, 49ers, Raiders, stuff like that. Of course, those who never got into football before the Titans came, they're going to cheer for the Titans and all of that. But yeah, I'm Steelers all day. So those two things, yeah. And then I'll be good.
Yeah, I mean, I would say Hawaii, and then I would say I want to go to Africa to see how it is, Africa or either Egypt. You know what I'm saying? And just travel, man. Like, I mean, see things that people talk about. You know what I mean?
Are you gonna like experience their whole culture, like the food and all that stuff?
I ain't saying all that now. I ain't trying to get sick. You know what I'm saying? But I say if I could stay at a resort or whatever, then I would. You know what I'm saying? Try their food, but it's going out and trying their native food. Nah.
You never know. You might like it.
Yeah, and if you get sick over there, what are the hospitals like? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Nah, I ain't taking that chance.
Okay. I don't think I've tried some food from Africa. There was a lady on my podcast named Jolie Frederick. She's from Nigeria, actually. And she made me something last year. And I had it. She said it was gonna be spicy, right? So I'm like, I like spicy food, right? I wasn't expecting it was gonna be that spicy, right? Because I'm thinking like the normal spicy, like, oh, I could take it. But I ate it though, and it was good. I ain't gonna sit and lie to you. So I'm just saying,
it was messed up.
Actually, it wasn't. Yeah, so it really wasn't. So I enjoyed it. I might, when I see her again, I might ask for it. Some more. See what's
the gift right there. See.
So who? I mean, it's good.
Father's Day coming up. Can you make me some?
Yeah. But it's I would definitely experience the whole culture, basically. Because if you only had a chance to go over there one time in your lifetime, I want to experience it all. That's just me.
I just don't want to. I would want to experience it all. I just don't want to get sick. You know what I'm saying? You don't get over there and get sick, and then you don't get to enjoy it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's my only thing.
I hear you. I mean, hey, it's some people feel that way. I'm gonna enjoy it all. I'm gonna take it all in. I know, and here's the thing: like those resorts over there in Africa, I've seen videos and everything like that, and of course they got the like the 5-star restaurants over there as well. So but I would try something different over there that's not over here. So
oh yeah. I mean, I would stuff like that, but like going out and to their villages and stuff like that, and trying to eat out, different things, or trying different things I probably wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? It just to be safe. You know what I'm saying? That's all. But I mean, like you said, once a lifetime experience. I mean, hopefully one day I can get over there, and I mean, see.
What country would you visit? Like, I know you mentioned Egypt. Uh, is there another country you'll visit over there in Africa? Because
Mm,
I pretty much already know where I would go.
I would love to go Egypt. I'd love to go to Greece. Uh, yeah, that's pretty much it for right now.
I definitely like to go try out Nigeria. So that's what I'll definitely try that out. Nigeria. And of course there's other places I would definitely would try out. Me and my wife watched this I guess this thing on Netflix. It's this series on Netflix where it's basically dealing with food and culture from I guess other countries. And of course, in Tokyo, I guess the way they explain it, they work hard during the day, but they also work, they play hard at night.
Right.
So, and of course, they have I guess their nightlife is great. Their food, from what I've seen, was great.
Mm-hmm.
They actually have a club up in Tokyo, like a Lamborghini club, right? So all
Right.
these guys just driving around the city in their Lamborghinis and stuff like that. So I definitely want to experience like you got Tokyo. What is it? I think it was like South Korea. They got a place in South Korea where they brew their own beer and
Yeah.
everything like that. Um, I think that's also, I don't know, was it them? It's somewhere around over there. They have it's basically like the projects over there, right?
Mm.
But they have a basketball court in the middle of their projects, and they have like these games going. It's kind of like their Rucker Park.
Yeah, I seen that joint on TikTok.
Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
I definitely want to go over there, and man, if I get a chance to hoop over there, you know what I mean? I will hoop over there. Be honest with you. That looks like the environment that I want to go hoop in.
I
To
don't
be
know. I mean, them young boys may take your knees out, man. Shoot, that
Hey,
man.
it's street is street. I guess it's all over. I mean,
Right.
you see it over here in America. They do it over.
Uh,
So I mean, if you could take it over here in America, you could take it over there. So that's the way I see it.
yeah.
So that's the way I definitely would go visit. Of course, there's other places as well, but those pretty much will be some of those places in my lifetime. Hopefully, I could go visit and enjoy the experience. Definitely go enjoy the experience. Before we go, man, I just want to talk. This one last. This I guess it was some type of news. They talked about it, whatever, like that. Um, Zion Williamson. I don't know if you heard about his story. Um, I actually talked about it on my last episode. His situation. First off, congratulations to Zion Williamson. He is expecting, so he will be a father soon.
Mm-hmm.
But the situation that's going on with that, I know you heard about it. What is your take on his situation with those two women, and how do you feel about that?
My personal opinion, I think social media then blew it up. You know what I'm saying? Made it more than what it really is. You know what I'm saying? And that's another reason why I don't put a lot of stuff on social media, because the simple fact of it is people can take it out of proportion. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think it should have went as far as it did. You know what I'm saying? But it did. You know what I'm saying?
I personally think that the reason it really blew up was because Mariah Mills blew it up. That's the
Yeah.
only reason. To me, that's the reason why it became what it was, and everybody was talking about it. So that to me, that's the only reason.
I mean, but like I said, she blew it up on what? Social media. You get what I'm saying? She didn't have to. She didn't have to do all of that. She didn't. She didn't have to do all of that. You know, but at the same time, so this is how I take it. This is how I look at it. And I could be wrong. I feel like she did that for the moment and just for that instant gratitude. You know what I'm saying? To be noticed or recognized, you know what I'm saying, or the whole situation. Because regardless of what you did on social media, like all that's gonna blow over. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's the world we live in now.
Yeah, it's gonna blow over. So it's like, okay, you rather get your 5 minutes of fame and then next month they don't even remember what you said.
No, they're not gonna remember what you said. All thing I would say is for Zion, I don't know what it is about the young players that coming into this league.
Right.
Charles Barkley didn't mention this. You got a lot of, former players will always mention this, that there's not enough veterans on these teams to actually help them and guide them. And also their camps. Their friends, their family, they're not, really having or not really watching their back, in terms of like, hey, no, you don't mess with that. Stay away from that. Don't do this. Don't do that. They don't have somebody in their corner to basically let them know, hey, what you're doing, don't get caught up in that situation. And we seeing now, you see a couple of these NBA players and some NFL players and young dudes out here getting themselves caught up in situations that could have all been avoided if they had somebody in their corner and let them know, don't do it. So
yeah, but at the same time too, there's you gotta look too. A lot of these veterans that they used to have on teams, like a Melo or LeBron or Eddie Jones, Nick Van Exel, Sam Cassell, like players like that, Kevin Garnett, that could teach them, they're not there no more, or they're getting traded, or these young cats are not listening. They figure I know it all. I made it. So what can you tell me that since somebody else can't tell me?
Well, you're gonna learn the hard way. That's the only thing I'm gonna say. And of
I
course,
mean,
all the
for example, bro, and I ain't even trying to be funny, I didn't mean to cut you off, but to be honest with you, just look at Ja Morant's situation. If Ja Morant would have had a mentor, honestly, I don't think half the stuff he's going through right now, he wouldn't even be going through.
Yeah, because the league has changed over the course of 10, 15 years, where a veteran is 22 years old, right? The elder statesman is 23, 24, 25. And it's like, man, they still learning themselves. So
the oldest is 30, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Come on now.
Then when back in the day, like in the 80s, when you got to a team, guys were like late 20s to mid 30s. So you had guys who would show you how to be professional and how to move and all this stuff. Now times has changed where, you got a lot of these, I'm not going to count football in this because football, they have a lot more veterans on their teams than say basketball. But with basketball, if you're a veteran, the leader of your team is, or the oldest person on your team, I'm going to say, that could also be the leader, is like 25 years old. This is going to happen. I mean, Steven Adams is not even 30 yet.
Right.
But he looks much older than his age is.
Yeah.
Right. But, at the same time, is he the type of guy that's going to, sit down and talk with the young players and all of that stuff? Right. And really, the culture when people talk about the culture of the team, the first person they're going to look at is the star player of the team. So that's the first person they look at, and they're going to base the culture on that person. Right. So when you look at the Golden State Warriors, first person they look at is Steph Curry in terms of the culture of the team.
Yeah.
Look at the Lakers, they look at LeBron. Even if you go to Miami, right, they look at Jimmy Butler. But they always talk about how these organizations are first-class organizations, right? So, with Memphis, you and I know back in the day, the grind hard Memphis team and with Zach Randolph and Mark Gasol and Mike Conley and Tony Allen and
right,
Mike Bibby. Tayshaun Prince was there for a minute, and that team, they had a really good culture, right? Because they were a team full of veterans. They had a coach who was still to this day, I'm still upset about that decision. When they fired the coach after he took the team to the Western Conference Finals, which I thought, and it was their best season ever, which was, we all knew what it was. Let's just call it what it was. It was, new ownership.
You know what it was.
We know what it was. But that's what I was saying. Like, the culture always starts with the star player. And then it would, that's how people would view the entire organization. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, if you go back to the 90s, you take Jordan, you take the Bulls, you take Jordan. Yeah, you had Michael, you had Scottie, you had Phil. But you also had a guy like Dennis Rodman, who didn't really mess with the whole culture of Chicago. Yeah, he was a big personality, right? But one thing you can't never say was his head was never in the game of basketball. He didn't let the outside stuff distract him at all. Because he basically knew what his job was, right?
When that ball went in the air, Dennis Rodman knew he had a job to do for them 48 minutes.
Yep, and he did it.
And once that buzzer rung at the end, Dennis Rodman wanted to go party, drink, whatever he wanted to do, but guaranteed come game day and practice, he was there.
Yep, and he never put. I mean, don't get me wrong. Every player had their issues off the court, right?
Right.
His was more publicized, even for Jordan, right? But you knew when he was on that court, you knew exactly what he was going to give you. He was going to give you the 20 rebounds. He was going to give you the defense and everything.
Technical fouls.
Technical fouls, the hard fouls. A guy with a high IQ level, stuff like that. And who knew how to play winning basketball, because before he even got to Chicago, we all know he won 2 championships in Detroit. And you know how that situation was. So he was brought up in the game the right way and knew how to play the game of basketball the right way. After a while, you start figuring out who you are. That's part of your growing process. And you're like, this is me. But what y'all gonna do to me? Y'all know what I'm gonna give you guys. And I'm not gonna do anything that's gonna hinder my team. So even though he got suspended a couple times for headbutting refs, that's him. But he wasn't the face of the team, but he was probably the biggest personality on the team. But the culture was still intact. That's what I'm saying. The culture was still intact.
Yeah.
You always got to have that type of player on your team that's willing to go, a little further than others, like a Draymond Green for the Warriors. So that's the only thing I would say about that. But yeah, the whole Zion Williamson thing, just people talked about it. Of course, his stepfather, talked about it as well. But that's where even your own family, right? It could be your mother, it could be your father, should still have your back and let you know, hey, we're not gonna have this. Stay away from that. Stay away from that. Stay away from that. And I think now people are starting seeing what LeVar Ball was trying to do for his sons, right? Because he told them, because we all seen, he was basically like, you stay away from them women. That's basically what he was saying. And now you start seeing like, dang, maybe they wish they had a father like LeVar Ball would just straight up, tell them this is what it's going to be. Actually, LaMelo, no, not LiAngelo. He's the one that's having the baby. He's got with Miss Nikki baby from Love and Hip Hop.
Yep.
I found that out. I was like, oh, okay. You know,
I mean, but at the end of the day, um, you still gotta let them be men. You know what I mean? And as a man, you have right from wrong, and every decision you make, whether it's right or wrong, is consequence. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's one of them. It's catch-22. You know, it's just so happened that Zion's a superstar. You know what I'm saying? Like if that was
yeah,
happening to you, nobody would care.
right,
You know what
right,
I'm
right.
saying? Obviously, nobody would care unless they knew who we are. But as far as like outside world influences or social media, they know if we don't say anything, ain't nobody gonna know. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of them. You know what I'm saying? As a athlete, as a young African American male, I feel like you should be more aware of your surroundings. You know what's going on, what to put on social media and what not to. You know what I'm saying? You never heard Denzel put anything on social media. You get what I'm saying? So it's one of them. You know what I mean?
Last question, just real quick, yes or no.
Mm-hmm.
If you're the Pelicans, because there's been talk about trying to get that number 2 or number 3 pick, trying to get Scoot Henderson. And the person in play is Zion Williamson. Would you trade him or not?
To be honest with you,
Yeah.
I'll let him go. Zion ain't did nothing for the Pelicans. Zion ain't did since he's been in the league. How many games has Zion played? He hasn't played no more than 50 games.
I think 1 year he played over 50. I know 1 year I think he played like 66 games, but other than that, he hasn't been close to playing
That's what I'm
that
saying.
many games.
He hasn't completed a full season at
No,
all.
and one of those seasons he actually missed the entire season.
He missed.
So
it was 2 years ago. He missed the entire season.
So I'll
trade him, bro.
Yeah. I mean, if he ain't trying to get healthy, if he ain't trying to, get his weight under control and to be on the court, then yeah, you just gotta have people that's available. And if you could get, a Scoot Henderson, something like that, because you ain't getting that tall boy from France. He's already going to San Antonio. That's already that's already a done deal. So if you could get like a Scoot,
he nice.
Yeah, he nice. And once he gets used to the NBA game, he's gonna be a problem to deal with.
He could be something like Joker.
Yeah, yeah. And
but he's a little faster. He's a little faster than Joker though.
Yeah.
The Joker he's moving slow as I don't know what, bro.
But you know what? The way he plays the game, I mean, come on, his skill set, his big body, he plays the game the right way. He gets the teammates involved and he's picks his spots where he's going to score, he's going to dish. He's just a tremendous player. I love Joker's game, but with Zion, I would let him go. You got to be available. If you're not available for me, then you're not an asset to my team. You know what I mean? So you just gotta. And good luck on your next venture. But if that next team ain't gonna put up, that's why they put certain provisions in his contract. So they're like, hey, they probably ain't gonna play with you over there either. So
no,
it's gonna you're gonna get to a point where you won't be out the league because you don't want to put in the work and stay healthy enough to really help the whatever team you're on.
You know who he reminds me of, to be honest with you?
Who that?
He reminds me of a young Blake Griffin.
Yeah.
I mean, Blake Griffin, he's with Boston this last season. He didn't play, but he's there.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I feel like if he get traded, Zion pretty much gonna float his way out the league.
I mean, there's a lot of comparisons. A lot of people comparing him to Charles Barkley, like a more athletic Charles Barkley, but Charles Barkley's game was more skilled than Zion's, in my opinion. some people forget Larry Johnson. Larry Johnson was a undersized power forward. You know, y'all
Talking
forget
about
about that.
grandmama.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that dude, you know, he was available, and he became, when he got, you know, in his career, he became a guy that could stretch the floor as well. So it wasn't just all dunks, you know, all physicality. When he got older, you know, his game expanded. So with Zion right now, only thing you see is, as he should, I mean, if nobody's gonna stop you down low, punish him down low.
Right.
Right. But at the same time, this is what the players been saying: get your weight under control, because your knees ain't gonna be able to take that type of pressure every single night. Is because we seen with like, if you take Derrick Rose, for instance, how he tore his ACL because he put so much pressure on them knees and it gave out. He wasn't the same after that, because his whole game was based on explosiveness. So with Zion, you know, who is, you know, he's out of shape, you know, and you talking about what, 6'7" ish?
6'7", 6'8", somewhere around there.
About what, say around 300? No, explosive like that. Your knees ain't gonna last very long in the league. You know, you gotta lose some weight.
But also you're gonna have to get a jump shot. You're gonna get a mid-range game like Glenn Rice. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. You know what I'm saying? Still be able to have that bounce, but have that mid-range game. And he doesn't, to be a lefty, he should. I mean, come on now. Left-handed players are the hardest to guard.
Yeah, definitely. But we just hope the best for Zion, man, and we want to see you back on the court, man, because you are one of the most exciting players in the league right now, and the fans want to see you back on the court healthy. We don't want to see you once every 10 games. We want to see you at least, you know, 67 to 70 games.
Please give me 75.
Well, we'll see about that. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but we'll see about that.
Man.
So, oh yeah, because the new rules is going to come into effect. If you want to be up for those awards, you got to play a certain number of games. So,
yep,
you know, so yeah. You don't have to be healthy now. Now your contract's going to be dependent on it.
Right.
So, so before we get out of here, man, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in for this very special Father's Day episode. Once again, make sure y'all follow Drinking After Dark Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe to Drinking After Dark Podcast YouTube channel. Sherman, any last words?
Hey, man, happy Father's Day out to all the fathers that's out here doing y'all thing. Just continue to keep y'all head up, stay 10 toes down, take care of these babies, take care of your family, and keep God first.
Definitely. That's what's up. Until next time, everybody, this is your boy Darius from Drinking After Dark Podcast, and we out. Peace.
All right.
Gotta get to the money. Gotta get to the money. Early morning, so you know that I'm on it. So you know that I'm on it. Gotta make sure that my family straight. Gotta make sure that the kids and me. Gotta make sure that the bills is paid. And then let's get to the money. Get to the money. Early morning, so you know that I'm on it. And gotta make sure that my family straight. Gotta make sure that the kids deny. Gotta make sure that the bills is paid. And then let's get to the money. Get to the money.